Woo. Hello, this is Micah from Aggressive Mastery, and it's Luke from Aggressive Mastery. So guess what? I figured out a great way to make these devlogs for Roadless, my new game, hopefully. We'll see. Very quick. And that's, I don't have any time for them, and I can only do them when I have half of a hand. All right, so let's see what I did today. What you're looking at, or what I wanted to do was look at world composition, which is the way to do level streaming and also directly level streaming. And then also look at using, maybe if I had to write my own quadrant tile based spawning system. I think we might be able to make something work with the level streaming. And so I played today with loading in this Australian asset kit that was for free a few months ago. That is absolutely gorgeous. It has some sound, which I don't think you can even hear. Desktop audio? Is that what not working? That sucks. Well, we've had some technical difficulties. Every single technical difficulty in setting up this first devlog for it. So, but we're here. So I loaded up the Australian asset kit, cleaned up a very little bit of it to make it more modular, meaning the entire level I wanted to load in or stream in, and that's what we did in this build. There's our dude. Let's see, below ground here, all the waviness you'll see everywhere is the Voxel Pro plugin for just an open world. And then on top of that, I've loaded in 3 different levels from the Australian asset kit. This is really slow, you know. I said half a hand. Eh, I just did this entire thing in 5 minutes with some music, and I believe that music had a really bad reverb on the sound, so I just have to record it because there's no reason I could even let anyone watch that horrible sound. Well, anyway, so what you see here are 4 different maps, or 3 different maps. One's a persistent world, which is the voxel world. Another one is a limited amount of trees, which is right here in the center, where we spawned. Another one are these mountains, they're their own map. And then these big green round patches are the next largest chunk, or another map. And so I have them streamed in through a very simple blueprint we'll take a look at. Uh, Using level streaming on construction of actually it's just on begin play of a simple blueprint. So let's see. And we'll maybe pop back down here. I'd like to go out there and look at those trees. Well, these mountains. And it's running pretty good. 60 frames at 4K. And that's why I'm recording this at, so I can put it up on YouTube. So take a look there. Yeah. And all this is using foliage spawners for each level. So if you have that asset, you can definitely take a look at it and know exactly what all this stuff is. I'm going to look at it, seeing if seeing if I need to add in hierarchical instant static meshes for all the meshes in there, or if I just use whatever they did for now, and if it gets built in the editor. I gotta really just sort of see how performance looks and how LOD looks, which I'll be doing. Which it looks like world composition does LOD, but I don't think it will do runtime level loading and changing dynamically, which is what I'm looking for, is dynamic level placement. So we loaded in here to the persistent world for my level streaming. And in this world, I have all my lights and fog and player spawn right now. So this is all the things that are going to always exist. And then if I go into my, what I call it, world control, this is the blueprint that runs and spawns the other, back down. If you hold down control, you can zoom in even closer when you scroll wheel on blueprints. I found out, so that's nice. So here you can see I'm loading 5 different levels by level streaming at begin play via this blueprint. The first one is the one I spawn on right in the center with no location and rotation. Add that in there just to keep them. And then I spawn some static locations transforms that I pre-populated in here so that they're a certain distance apart of the different types of levels. And that's it. That's the whole thing that will populate the world right now. So if we hit play and watch, we'll see different things load in. There's the trees from one level, and it loads in them in the different areas you're seeing. So this is streaming in the different levels. So in that blueprint, I'll start doing things like looking for players, looking for if they have a level loaded in near them, or if we need to reload that level. And main part will be taking players and the levels that are loaded in around them and actually moving them towards other players. So sort of that's part of the fun in this. I'm looking to constantly have players be near each other because the world changes to put them near each other, not that they have to run and do it. Which is why I've been looking at how much stuff can move in Unreal. So if I get out of here, we'll go look at those individual levels really quick. Here's the mountains. I don't have any lighting on them, so it's hard to really get a good look at it. But there's just a bunch of these static meshes. We'll do a top view here. You can see just a bunch of static meshes to make up those mountains. Left view, right, 2 different mountains. I just offset them. It's just that one mountain. I haven't done really any work. I put a blocking volume up here just because I don't want to finish off the top of these things yet because I only have one hand. And then if I go to one of the other levels, this one has some trees in it. Perspective. Lighting's gone again. Oh, but this has that short road in it and the trees. That's in the middle. I love these little boys. But yeah, I'd recommend if you want to get into game dev, find some friends that want to get into game dev and do as a hobby as you all work. So then you all have money and you all have time to work on this. Yeah, that's why I hopefully recommend that one. Is just finding like maybe 5 or 6 guys, do a spin-off of Pac-Man that's a direct copy just with your own custom art and multiplayer. And do that. Once that's done, then make your gaming one. That's what I'd recommend. Fuck. This whole do it by yourself, do absolutely everything. There's nothing harder than any dev. Fucking nothing harder. Because what any dev can say, what they can always say is that I'll rewrite that part myself. And that's why there's nothing fucking harder. Because you can't even say that the compiler's done for you. You can say, you know what, I'll write the compiler myself. I'll write my own fucking code. I'll write my own engine. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, you're eating your hand now.